Hi, hey, it's Julie Ziemelis, 365 Hawaii Real Estate Minute, and we are here with Lance Owens from LUVA Real Estate, and we're going to give you guys the 2024 tips, tricks, and techniques to buying a home in 2024, and we're going to be using some of the information that is coming out right now. As you guys are listening to us, we're in early December, but we are starting to see some trends that might give you guys some insights into what's happening for the early
We're going to give any predictions?
Maybe some predictions.
Okay, I wasn't prepared for predictions.
Yeah. So get this. We predicted that the interest rates would go down to 5% last summer.
I lost that big time.
That was a bad one. I said 7%. I was closer. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, but one of the things that we are doing, if you guys have seen our, so we just got finished filming the December West Hawaii Real Estate Update, and we had teased people in there that we would give them some strategies and techniques about what's going on. So real quick, just kind of like a real recap that what's happening with the market right now, so that we can say why.
Number of sales are down.
Right.
Median price went down, but I don't want you guys to bank on that. That was just 1 month. Year to date, it's up at 8.5% roughly. Condos have run flat this year. Yeah.
Okay. And also, we're seeing that the rates seem to be coming down. They've lost a
plummeting,
as they say, in NAR. I've heard our mortgage providers have said that there's going to be a tick down as we head towards the summer. Nothing crazy, but it's going to tick down. But demand remains high as pent-up buyer demand remains. Inventory is not really getting any better anytime soon in terms of sellers. There's no reason for sellers to dump housing on the market at this point. So the lifestyle happens where we're talking about like people divorcing and children being born and all that kind of stuff, which always drives the market one way or the other, right? But in terms, and also we talked about investors putting some money into high-ranking condo complexes, let's say in Western Hawaii, like.
Oh, you're gonna give it away right away? Okay.
Yep, right away. But in the sense that the housing prices are not going up 20, 30, and 40% every year, right?
Yeah, so let's go into that right off the bat, right? So what we're going to use is past performance to predict what's going on in the future, to see what's happening. So this past year, home sales went up 8.5%, 8.6%. Is what home sales went up year to date. They decreased significantly this month. Again, when we have 22 homes sell, we shouldn't be having 50 sell. So you can't put a lot of banking on the decrease for 1 month. Year to date, they're up 8.6+%. So,
and usually home appreciation is usually 4%.
Yeah. So
and it should never be 40%.
Yeah. So with that said, I think that we're going to look at a steady increase going up at homes. It may not quite be 8%. I think it's going to be over the 4%.
Yeah.
I'm going to
predict.
I hate to do that. No, I'm going to say it's over 4% and under 8%.
Okay.
Is that a prediction?
Okay, I'm going to solid 6 it. Solid 6.
All right, solid 6 it.
And
you, that's what you're calling it?
I think 6%.
6%.
I will say, however, that some of my friends who are thinking about how 2024 is going to play out is. We talked to my mortgage broker, and I said, so what do you think about it being an election year? And he said, wouldn't it be nice to believe that the president can snap their fingers and change the economy? Doesn't usually happen. However, it is an election year in 2024. And people try and say, hey, maybe things are going to get better. And then also, we've got, sadly, some wars going on that might have an impact on the economy as it has.
So I'm going to jump in on the president.
Okay, tell me.
President comment. So been doing this 20 years now. So what does that mean? 5 times 4, right? I've been through 5 presidential cycles. Every single one is slowed down before the president. No matter who wins, who loses, there's a slowdown.
The economy, impact of the economy.
Housing economy slows down a little bit before the election and a little bit after as people gather themselves over who got elected and what's going on.
The uncertainty factor.
Yeah, the uncertainty factor. Okay. That, at the end of when those 2 or 3 months prior and after nothing's changed. Doesn't matter who got elected or what happened. There's that uncertainty where people are afraid to make the move.
Okay. So it's not really about the president snapping their fingers and getting a lower interest rate. It's about people's uncertainty.
It's about uncertainty. That's a great way to phrase it. Uncertainty makes everybody pause. Everybody wants to know what's going to happen, right? You want to figure out. You don't want to make the biggest purchase of your life and not knowing what's going to happen to the economy.
Okay.
because both sides think it's going to be horrible if
but the other person
side
gets
wins.
it.
Yeah. So interesting too. RPAC. I can't pitch RPAC to the public.
Okay, that means Realtors Political Action Committee.
Yes. So it was interesting this year that they hit right down the middle of 50-50 being bipartisan, and it was so they call themselves the Purple Party because we literally we did, and we had I think a 97 or 98% success rate of the people that we supported getting elected into office, and the people that we support are people that champion for housing issues. So
that's great.
Yeah, so it's good. That's something to be very proud of, that you got that high of a success rate, and you're bipartisan 50-50 down the middle.
Because people want things to happen that are going to benefit all of us, no matter what party you're in.
Yeah.
And speaking of too, just so you guys know too, here in locally, the government is actually starting to move forward on putting money towards building affordable housing.
I know.
Housing that's going to benefit more people, to get people here who are actually able to work here. And they're seeing the value of also putting money towards the homeless situation. Mm-hmm. So I do think the quality of life is going to improve for all of us in the next few weeks here. I mean, for years here, as they start to build these different projects and stuff. So that's always good. I did ask questions to the mayor. Eric and I actually did a walk with the mayor last Sunday, and we're just like peppering him as we're walking. Like, what about parks? What about education? What about early education? And he seems to be trying to work on a variety of things.
He is. I really think that he is. He is a man of the people, and I think it's a lot. I do have one issue with him, and that's with the TAR bill. You guys, I'm not.
The transient accommodations rental.
Transient accommodation rentals, and where we have the problem with it as an association is the fact that they're taking away land rights, and this is for mom and pop owners. So that's where we have the problem. But other than that, he's done a great job, and so we got to sit down and look at everything else he's doing good for the homeless and everything else. I just wish that they would. Somebody's running a business, somebody that buys 3 or 4 homes in a residential neighborhood and turns it into a vacation rental. That's a business in a residential neighborhood. I don't think that's right.
That's not right, yeah.
But if I decide when my son's gone in the military, he wants to come home in 2 years when he's done, if I want to rent out his room on a short-term basis, I should be allowed to do that. And this bill would take that away. So
you guys keep your eye on that.
Yeah,
in fact, our son's gone too, and I'm like, not that I don't want to do short term in my house, but it also affects even underneath the house too. If you have space. I mean, any place in your house.
You couldn't go the way this bill's written. You couldn't go stay down in your guest area and rent out this.
Oh, that's another thing.
They're telling you which room you can sleep in and where you can stay.
Yeah, because one of the things when Eric and I said let's buy real estate is that we said if we ever wanted to spend extended time traveling, we can stay in the cottage and rent out the top. Yeah. And that would pay for our travel. Yeah. And they're saying basically they're not going to let you do that.
No, it's got to be, unless you do it 181 days of the year with one person.
Oh.
So that, again, if it's your home and your property and you live in it, that's too much control and take.
Yeah. So 2024, keep your eyes open for legislation that actually passes on how we are going to be able to do rentals and
short-term vacation rentals,
our homes. Because that affects investments.
It affects everything. It affects the housing, rentals, long-term rentals, short-term rentals, everything. So
yeah. So that's a little tip you guys got. Also, in terms of tips and tricks, can I throw one I think that might be okay?
Tell me.
So as we were talking in the prior video, that a lot of people, it's just almost like the election. The same thing people feel around the holidays. They're like, I don't feel like putting my house on the market during Christmas and New Year's. I don't feel like dealing with it. I'm just going to go out and party. But what I have seen, the people who have their houses on the market right now, they are motivated.
Yeah.
So I think, personally, if you want to buy a house and you don't want to compete with a bunch of other people, and you really have somebody who says, I'm willing to work with you so I can get my house off the market, I think now's a great time.
I do too. I agree with you 100%. We had a brief conversation a minute ago. I had a client a few years back that said, let me wait till the holidays is over. At the time that we put, that the house was ready to go on the market, I think there was only 2 on the market. We would have been the 3rd one, I think, and we would have looked really good. But they wanted to wait till the holidays got over, get the Christmas decorations down, and put it on the market. Then, by January 5th, there was 11 houses on the market.
Because everyone has the same idea that you have.
In the exact same cookie cutter neighborhood. So, it hurt. We had drug out 6 months to sell it, and it hurt. Had we gotten into escrow in this month of December, we would have carried through. The buyers would have been invested in it. They would have done their home inspection by now, and it would have they would have been buyers at that point.
Yep.
So,
And also just a personal experience. Lance actually helped us sell one of our homes. It was a condo in Keauhou, and it was coming out of the recession, and we were waiting for the house prices to come up just enough so we can get out, right? And we thought, okay, we'll wait until all the snowbirds were here looking for condos and stuff. And then everyone flooded the market with real estate.
Yeah.
We lost $10,000 in value in our house because everyone flooded the real estate. And then,
if it's ready to sell, sell it.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
Don't
okay.
wait.
Yes, and then it took us another 6 months to get it off the market then too.
Yeah.
That was in 2017, I think. So yeah, so I think that what happens is that when you think, and Eric and I were talking about this yesterday, when everyone else is zigging, you zag, right? Don't do everything everybody else is doing, or you're going to end up with everybody else, and that's usually sitting in the market of, well, I guess either I'm waiting or I'm cutting my price.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Am I going to be the first guy to go down? And then if I go down 10 grand, everybody else goes down 15.
Right.
Now we've started this frenzy.
Right.
You don't want to be in that line.
Yeah, the chasing down the market. But that works for buyers. So if you do think that you want to be here in January, like mid-January, early February, when there might be more listings on the market, and more to look at, and more concessions that you can make with sellers who didn't say what we told them to do, you might actually get something that works for you. So
I'm going to say that I don't think that's going to happen this January.
Because we don't have enough inventory.
We don't have we got 96 homes on the market today, right now, I just checked. And we should have 160 homes on the market.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't think there's going to be that many come on January.
Yeah. And just so you guys to know, today, December, whatever it is, 7th, last week and the week before that, we had about 10 or 11 houses coming on the market at Broker Open, and today we had 5. So most of those houses that keep coming on the market are also 1.5 and above as well. And so I noticed that those houses are going for like 800, 850, multiple offers.
Yeah.
So just so you guys know.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other? Okay. So
that's it. Condos. We haven't talked about condos. I think condos are going to increase slightly this year, and I'm going to go off past performance of they only went up 0.5% in this past year.
Okay.
So they've been holding. They haven't been dropping or falling, but they are condos, I think. So again, if you're waiting for that big drop, it's not going to happen. So if you're waiting for the interest rates, wait and see what you think. If you're ready to buy, you just missed a year's worth of your life waiting for things that crash and the mortgage rates drop, and none of that's happened. So
right. And if you were thinking about investing in a condo, the best time was 3 years ago.
3 years ago, yeah.
The best time after that is like tomorrow. But the in terms of the price increase is just not as like quick as it was.
Right.
We're just not seeing that equity, and that's happening across the country. So if you can't afford a single family house, but you still want to live here, and you want something under $550, you could get a condo, right? And then maybe start off and then hang out there for a little bit, and then maybe move into a single family house after that. In fact, one of our people, she bought a condo first, and then she was able to hang out and kind of figure it out, and then they went beyond that and bought a single family home.
Bought their home.
And then she rented the condo out, and she's like doing pretty good with that too.
Yeah.
So you can always turn it into an investment opportunity.
Absolutely. If you have the ability to do that, that is a good strategy.
Yeah.
Get here, be able to look at the homes because they're not being sold with multiple offers. I think nationwide, I was just looking at something today, it's 2.5 offers per home. Is nationwide. I'm not seeing that on my listings. The Kilohana, we probably had 6 or 7 offers by the time we went in, but that was over 2 months period. It wasn't all at once. So people had the time to fly in, look at it, do their due diligence, and see if it's what they wanted.
Yeah, which is an even market. So how about like this? Our prediction for 2024 is the continuing of an even market.
Yeah, so we haven't told anybody on YouTube yet what the absorption rate is.
Oh.
And in Kailua Kona, the mixed absorption rate between homes and condos right at about 30%. For those of you that don't know the other numbers, 15 to 20 is a fair market. Below 15 is a buyer's market. Above 20 is a seller's. We're sitting at 30. That's huge. It's not huge compared to 3 years ago. 3 years ago was 80, 90, 98, 99%. But still, a 30% average is huge. Condos are at a 40%, which is interesting that they're at a 40% on their own. Homes are at 24 island wide, and we're seeing the other side of the island. I think has more flexibility than the west side does.
Yeah.
So that's taking that, and that's why I use that number of 30% for combined for North Kona.
Yeah, and also can I just throw this in too?
Yeah.
If you're looking at island-wide statistics, you can't.
Yeah.
That's like looking at an entire state of Connecticut and trying to figure out what's going on with the housing. Housing in East Hawaii is a completely different animal than West Hawaii housing. You're not going to get a $330,000 house in West Hawaii, even though that's kind of like the median price of the entire island, because there's such
600 is the median price for the island, but it's
is it 600 now?
You know what? I got it right here.
It used to be like 350 all the time. But we were just doing a video, you can check that one out too, about what the pricing is going on in East Hawaii, which you can get a single family. Oh, was it 500?
600.
Almost 600. Okay, 600,000. Because you've got $1 million houses. Okay, 600. Yeah. But in East Hawaii, you're getting those single family new construction homes for sometimes less than 500.
Yeah.
But you're not going to find that anywhere near West Hawaii.
And you've got great team members there too. That's the cool thing about what you do, is that you've got people all around the island that can help you, that are experts in the area, and that's what you want more than anything. You want an expert in your area. Yeah. That's important.
That is important. Especially, and you guys, if you watch our videos across the channel, that people in West Hawaii cannot talk to you. Literally, you cannot talk to someone in West Hawaii about lava zones, flood insurance, lava insurance, if you're trying to buy something in Oregon Estates. You just don't know the market that well, right? And so, if someone's like partnering with somebody who can give some insights over there, but
it's good because they change by street by street. There's some of those lava zones go through the middle of a subdivision,
right? And then you're all of a sudden going, how come this is less expensive than the south? Well, it's a lava zone. What does that mean? So having somebody who understands all that. So, and I think that Eric and I do a pretty good job of educating people on this channel, because we talk to people all over the island. I think, again, that my prediction for 2024 is that people who have made it their goal to figure out how they can move here can find something. But they have to lend some concessions to what they thought they were going to get.
If I were moving here today, and I was in the price point that I was at when I moved here before, in the, say, mid threes, is I personally, there's the whole island's beautiful. So just I would probably be in Ocean View right now.
Ocean View Estates, yeah.
Yeah, we're closing on one in a week down there. I'm doing the final walkthrough tomorrow. It's a home built, I think, in the last 15 years. Nice new home on an acre, right at $350 price point. It's like, that's affordable.
Yeah. If you can afford the insurance.
It's an hour away. The insurance is going to be double what it is here. So if I'm paying $1,000 a year in town, I'm going to pay $2,000 there, but I'm going to save $500,000 on that home.
Right.
That same home would be $700,000-$800,000 here in Kona.
Yeah.
So you got to weigh out the whole package.
Yep. And again, you guys, for 2024, what we can promise you is that Lance and I will be coming at you every single month. And if we can get Lance, because he's a very busy person, we try to also throw him in for a second appearance on our Zoom calls that actually include all the realtors that I am connected with on the island, plus a mortgage broker who will give us information about what's happening with financing, and all my other people will throw in their statistics on what's happening around their part of the island. I think this is a very valuable experience. And if you want to learn more about how to get involved with all of that, go to 365hawaiiliving.com and join the Ohana. And then that way you can actually join our Facebook group, where all these people have been sitting there talking to us for, I don't know, about an hour and a half.
They watched all the behind the scenes. Do we got any questions from Facebook?
Yeah. Hey, and also, it's my people over on Facebook land. We are doing a food drive tomorrow. We are going to be holding a food drive down at Target during the food truck circle. So if you want to come and say hi, Eric and I will be down there, and we'll be collecting checks and canned food, and you can come and say, and happy holidays to us, and we're going to be helping the community like we like to do. But if you guys over on YouTube also find yourself on the island and you want to be more involved with the community work that we do, please reach out. We always love new volunteers, and we also like to share aloha.
Question.
Yes.
On your food drive you guys are doing tomorrow, is there something that you're doing, like
we have a food barrel. It goes from 4 to 8.
From 4 to 8.
They're specifically
asking for. Is there certain things you're asking for?
Yes.
There certain things you do?
So there's two things. Specifically, we're asking for funds because they can leverage money to get food at a better price than we can buying it. But they are looking for specifically canned vegetables and fruits because they also fill kapuna needs, and those are the things that are most used for the food that they serve to our older residents on the island who look for food. So there we go. So we have that and money. Got it?
Got it.
Okay.
Got it. I love supporting the food drive. I think that's important.
Yeah, because
nobody should go to bed.
Nobody
hungry,
should be
ever.
hungry, especially
No,
on this island.
Ever
So
go to bed hungry.
anywhere in America, actually.
Yeah.
So if you guys have further
Yeah.
questions, or if you have ideas that you guys want us to tackle in 2024, and more statistics or whatever you guys want to think about to give us some input about how we can make this show better and more valuable for you, please share it with us. And other than that, we say
Awesome.
Happy holidays, and we're hopefully seeing you guys in 2024. And
I will see you tomorrow with your food drive. I hope.
Yay!
We'll see you
Good.
guys. Aloha.
Aloha.